Okay, this is the basic plan for the actual growing tubes. It's 150 mil PVC pipe. I've got two lengths of 3 meters. I'm going to mount them up against, well, mount them on some legs and lean it up against a wall. Here are my two lengths of 150 mil PVC storm pipe. I'm going to just now mark them up to place where I'm going to cut the openings in the top of them. One tip I've got is I always like to use the numbering as a straight line. So I always put this up, and I'm going to use this to make certain I get a straight line all the way down the pipe, because as you can see, numbers there, so you can string a line all the way down and get your center line all the way down the pipe. As you can see, I've got my tape measure all the way down. I've used the numbers as my straight line, and I've also used a clamp at either end to hold the tape in place. Makes it a lot easier when you're trying to measure out and not have the tape shifting on you. The pipe has now been marked out. As you can see, I've basically marked out where I'm going to cut out. There should be 3 sections now to cut out of each pipe, which will be my opening in which I can plant. As you can see, I've pre-drilled. This is just a first drill. The reason is I want to actually come back with a bigger drill, and it's just a lot easier to drill through this pipe when you use a small drill to make your guiding hole, and then you come back and you make a bigger hole with a bigger drill bit, and it's a lot easier. Here is that same segment again. Now I've drilled the bigger holes. These holes will make it a lot easier when I arrive at the end with the jigsaw to turn the jigsaw to complete the next leg. Okay, now you can see what they look like after I've been through with the jigsaw. I've just taken them out all the way, so that gives us our 3 sections. Instead of cutting all the way through, we leave this section behind because it provides the stability. Because if you look, you'll see how it closes in, how this is closed in here. Because if we take these out and the other one out down there, this will just close right up and you won't be able to grow it all in it. So leave these in, because as you're bridging, this is also going to allow us to strap this when we mount it in a vertical position. We'll be able to come around here and use this as a point to anchor it vertically. Here are the 4 beams that I'm going to use to support the tubes. So this will give you an idea of how they're going to play out. 4 beams, they're just going to be freestanding, and we're going to have them pushed up against the wall. And then these will be strapped to them. I have 8 metal straps, 75 centimeters long. I'm going to use these straps to attach the pipe onto the beam. Okay, so this is as far as we've got now. We've at least got some sort of structure. I'm going to have to put more boards like I've done across the bottom, along the back behind the top tube. As I found, or discovered as I tried making this and standing it up, it has no structural strength, so it just flopped around. So I've got to do a bit more bracing work to make it at least a lot sturdier. Just those few boards across the bottom have added immense stability, but it'll be a lot better when I put another run across the back. Okay. It's taken a fair bit of tweaking and adjusting the straps. A lot of them I've actually had to pull the nail out. As you can see, there's a nail in here used to hold this. I've had to pull them practically all out and resort to using screws, as I realised I should have at the first time. What that's allowed me to do is to actually adjust the heights so that I've now got a very slight degree of fall. So if I pour water in at this end, it's going to come all the way down. You're going to see it just dripping out that end, just a little bit of water. You see it just trickling along. The reason I've done it like that is so when I'm ready, I can drain the whole tube and know I'm going to get everything. I'm not going to okay, well there's a spot down the other end where it's all sitting. Now all I have to do is glue off the end caps and glue off the end caps for that end, and on this end will be taking this end cap and one like it, putting a hole through, putting the bung in the hole, and then putting an elbow like that in. Okay, here I am. I'm just about to put my elbow joint into my end cap. I've got the end cap, a 16mm speed bore, the rubber grommet. Okay, here we are. I have completed the hydroponic lettuce garden. It's had the vermiculite and perlite mix put in, and now I've actually planted my first batch of lettuces. These are started from seedling. They've been store-bought. The dirt's been washed off the seedling roots, and then they've been planted into the hydroponic system. I do have seedlings trying to start. I've actually got them in a different location, but to steal a march, rather than waiting an extra week for the seeds to come up, I can actually get started with these. The goal will be to plant it out with enough that we can constantly retrieve a crop of salads. Okay, as you can see, if I get out of the light, you should be able to see the water is just up to the top there. So now I've got a gauge of how the water's doing, what level it's at, and we're all good.